Today I'm honored to share with you a keynote titled Innovating Sustainable Solutions, the Evolving Social Responsibility of Academic Libraries through the UTM Library Experience. So let me take a moment to paint a picture of where I come from. Okay, so can I have my slides? Okay, right, thank you. Okay, next. Hold on. Okay, so my name is Khairulbahiyah Yaakub, Chief Librarian of UTM, a leading research university in Malaysia, committed to knowledge, innovation, and societal well-being. As an institution, UTM embraces the tagline, Innovating Sustainable Solutions, and the library plays a central role in translating this vision into meaningful action. So I come from a library that is more than just a building. It's a living, breathing ecosystem that supports our stakeholders. So this title actually reflects a journey of how a library at Research University in Malaysia moved beyond its traditional identity and stepped courageously into roles that touch communities, empower learners, and support national and global sustainability goals. So I want to show you how a library, yes, a library can also innovate, how a library can heal gaps in society, how a library can empower ordinary citizens to participate in science, how a library can restore dignity to children who long read but cannot see. Okay, so this keynote is not just about UTM library programs. It is about the evolving soul of librarianship itself and how our social responsibility has expanded from managing collections to shaping communities and contributing to sustainable development. All right, next slide, please. Ladies and gentlemen, UTM Library is spread across 3 vibrant campuses in Johor Bahru, Kuala Lumpur, and also Pago. We serve a community of researchers, scientists, engineers, innovators, and also students from more than 80 countries. But what makes UTM Library truly special is not the size of our collection or the beauty of our architecture. It is our identity as a library that is constantly evolving. Under the tagline Innovating Sustainable Solutions, the library embraces a role far beyond managing books. So today, allow me to share how UTM Library is reshaping its social responsibility through impactful programs that bridge information, technology, and community engagement. Next slide, please. All right, so libraries have long been regarded as guardians of knowledge. When we look at shelves, books, archives, databases, silence. But the world changed, and with it, the library changed too. Suddenly, knowledge was everywhere, on screens, in our pockets, in clouds. Then we realized that information alone does not create impact, but people do. In the era rapid technology shift and complex societal challenges, this traditional role is no longer sufficient. Today, academic libraries are dynamic, people-centered ecosystem that strengthen information literacy, foster interdisciplinary collaboration, engage diverse communities, and contribute directly to national and global sustainability agendas. Okay, next slide, please. All right. So, and this is where the social responsibility of librarians began to expand. Yeah? We became educators. We help people navigate truth and misinformation as a connectors, bridging researchers and also communities, as catalysts, transforming ideas into real-world change. Today, academic library is no longer a building. It is a living ecosystem, dynamic, people-centered, and deeply connected to society challenges. Yeah. So we embrace this shift wholeheartedly, So let me share two of our most meaningful journeys. Okay, so I will share stories of how a university library can reach beyond its walls, into rivers and forests, into schools for visual impact children, and ultimately bring the sustainable development goals to life. Next slide, please. Thank you. All right, this keynote highlights how UTM Library operationalized this responsibility through two key initiatives. One is citizen science, and number two is inclusive services for visually impaired learners through Braille transliteration project, which we call Reading Brightens the Soul. So these programs demonstrates how libraries can turn knowledge into societal transformation. Okay, so next slide, please. So what is citizen science? All right, so hold on. Okay, citizen science initiative actually refers to a public participation in scientific research where non-professionals contribute to data collection, analysis, and dissemination. It enhances scientific literacy, strengthens public engagement, and fosters collaboration between researchers and communities. Yeah, so citizen science is now gaining momentum globally. It allows non-scientists like us to participate in environmental observation, data collection, and real scientific work. So when libraries adopt this model, we democratize science and bring researchers closer to communities. Okay, next slide, please. All right, so why citizen science in libraries? So libraries are trusted spaces. We bridge knowledge gaps, build awareness, and cultivate scientific literacy. Through citizen science, communities can gain hands-on experience in understanding biodiversity and environmental issues, and libraries can connect academic research with real-world community actions. So in conclusion, UTM Library acts as a catalyst for science and research literacy, a hub for researchers and communities, and also a platform for addressing a local issues. Okay, next slide. All right. So this approach is reflected through our program, International Citizen Science Bootcamp, CSI-CSPC 2024. It is a large-scale program involving students, researchers, educators, and also community members. So you just imagine in an early morning, the sun is barely rising over UTM, and a group of librarians, students, teachers, and school children gather outside the library, some holding binoculars, some carrying water kits, some with mobile phones, ready to capture insects. So everyone excited, everyone is curious, yeah? So this was the start of ICBSC 2024, a 3-day immersive program where library transformed into a hub of action, observation, and discovery. Okay, because citizen science breaks barriers. Okay, so it says you do not need to be a scientist to care about the environment. You do not need a lab coat to understand biodiversity, and you do not need a title to contribute to real research. Yeah. So, in conclusion, citizen science allows them, community, to connect people and also nature. All right, next slide. So this is what happened during ICSPC. So participants learn through 4 modules. One is Flora, eco-print, water quality assessment, insect observation, and also bird watching. Next slide. All right, as you can see from the slide, participants enjoy. This is our bird watching activity where 36 species spotted. Yeah, so it can be patience can become the greatest tools for science, surprisingly. Yeah, so next. Okay, so this is our next module. Students, we have one specific module for insect observation. So from this activity, 125 species recorded with just a smartphone lenses and also the iNaturalist app. Okay, next slide. Right. So Another module is actually on water quality assessment. So students have an opportunity to measure the pH of the water, turbidity, dissolved oxygen, and here we are. Suddenly, rivers became classrooms. Right, so next slide. All right, so this is an interesting one, our Flora Eco Print. So we are turning our local plants into art while learning about biodiversity. So it's so fun. Right, so next slide, please. So reflection, a bit of reflection. One of our students whispered to us, Madam, I never knew the library could do something like this. So in that moment, we knew that we are no longer just keeping knowledge, we are actually unleashing it. So the deeper impact, participants felt more confident doing field research. Teachers began using citizen science in their lessons. Yeah. And this, for me, in the essence of sustainable librarianship, bringing knowledge to life and bringing people closer to their environment. Okay, next slide. And recently, we organized ICSPC 2025 to discover a new module, 4 cosmic modules, sun, moon, clouds, and stars. All right, so next slide. Okay, now let me take you somewhere completely different to a small primary school in Johor Bahru, School of Princess Elizabeth, Sekolah Pendidikan Khas Princess Elizabeth, a school filled with children just like any other student, except they cannot see. Imagine being a children with visual impairment, and imagine wanting to read, to explore, and to learn, but the books you need to simply they need do not exist. Yeah. So this was the reality for many years. So in 2019, UTM Library started a simple conversation with a school. We asked them, what do the children need? What can we do together? So, and with that form of question, something beautiful was born. Uh, in Malay, we call it Baca Celik Hati. This is our signature project. So in English, it's like reading brightens the soul. Yeah, so it is a project powered by librarians, volunteers, students, and a deep belief that everyone deserves to read. Okay, next slide. All right. So this initiative mobilized 82 volunteers, produced over 500 braille books, and we developed 15 special learning toolkits with tactile diagrams, QR codes, and also audio narration. So let me tell you a moment that I think I will never forget. We visited the school to deliver the braille books, and there's one girl ran her fingers across the raised dots and slowly and carefully, with her smile, said, I can read on my own. So that may sound simple, but to her, the book was independence, it was dignity, and it was joy. Okay, so next slide. All right, so why does that matter? Because reading actually is not a privilege. Reading is a human right. So all and libraries must protect that right. So through this program, we reduce inequality, which is serve SDG 10, and support quality education that serve SDG 4, and encourage sustainable practices to QR-based digital access that is supporting the SDG 12. Yeah, and the library became a lifelong learning center for visually impaired children, a place where they are seen, heard, and included. All right, so next slide. And finally, this project won a first place winner in 2022 Academic Libraries SDG competition organized by Permanent Committee on Academic Libraries and Librarians Association of Malaysia. Next slide. Okay, I think this is my last slide. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, the stories of citizen science and also the Braille transliteration program have taught me one thing. Libraries create impact not by keeping knowledge safe, but by setting it free. So when a library steps outside its walls, into the rivers, into the forests, into the communities, so it becomes a force of sustainable development. This is the future of librarianship in terms of collaboration, inclusive, innovative, human-centered. As librarians, we carry a responsibility not of managing books, but of shaping societies. And if we are courageous, intentional, and compassionate, we can help build a world where every citizen understands science and every child can read, every community has access to knowledge, and every library becomes a hub for sustainable solutions. With that, thank you very much for the opportunity.